Hey guys, for many of you Apple users, Siri has been a huge help for on-the-go activities. The virtual assistant Apple designed sort of kicked off this race for other companies to create similar type functions in their own operating systems. Now, just talking about Siri alone, it started off on a very rough beta phase if you can remember. A lot of things were either buggy, or the assistant simply could not perform what you were asking it to do. Now it can handle a multitude of commands and is integrated into iOS, so it works almost flawlessly. Well, Google made a similar type assistant called the Google Assistant. Finally today, Google announced that their assistant would be brought to iOS through the App Store. But it's not a feature of the Google app that's been on the App Store for quite some time. Google actually created their Assistant app separate from that. So this is a big deal, right? I mean, a direct competitor with Siri on the App Store? Honestly, I have my doubts, but we'll see how it looks. Today, we'll take a look at the app and see if there are any bugs or limitations at first glance. My main question though, and it might be the same for you, is Google Assistant worth completely dropping Siri and using it for your day-to-day activities? I mean, that must be Google's plan, but we'll see how the app works as of now. First, if you want to download the Google Assistant app, go ahead and open the App Store on your iDevice. Now that it's open, go ahead and navigate down to the Search tab on the bottom toolbar of the app. Search for the Google Assistant. Don't search for just Google Assistant, you really have to type the Google Assistant. So far it's compatible with iPhones, iPads, and iPods, but I expect it will be probably available for Apple TV and macOS quite soon. After all, a lot of users use Google functions on those devices as well. Once the app is downloaded, you can go ahead and open it up. I already have a Google account, so I just connected that with the Assistant and continued to set up the app. Once it's done, it's kind of already set up to use. The only thing you can really do further from this point is customize some of the settings, which I'll show you later. Just go ahead and try out whatever commands you want. I mean, the best to start out with would be the first that you used with Siri when it first came out. To start out with, I just tried some simple commands and the app seemed to handle them fairly well. I mean, this is to be expected given Google spent so much time developing this software, but hey, you never know. I started to ask harder questions and it still handled them quite well. I started to see that there were suggestions added with the response from the Google Assistant. So in the case that you see a suggestion that you want to choose, you can go ahead and select that and it will already have an answer for you. Although it works quite well on some small commands and really just simple commands, I think there are some problems with the Google Assistant. The app is just an app. It's not built into iOS and it's not going to be able to do everything Siri does. It can't open apps unless it's by your approval, and it only seems to connect well with Google's apps such as Mail, Weather, and Navigation, etc. So if you are an intensive Google app user, then this would play out quite well for you. It can set up iMessages, but it can't send them for you. So once you verbalize what you want to send, eventually you'll have to press the send button. Siri would normally just send the text for you, but Google Assistant just can't. That's kind of what I was referring to when I said it's not built into iOS. Apps such as these will never be able to control core functions of iOS, mainly because Apple wants their functions and their apps to be the only ones to control their operating systems on iDevices. This may change in the future, but I highly doubt that it will, because Apple is just greedy with their own software. So far I'm really just testing the app. At this point, it's not worthy of abandoning Siri or even close to it. We'll see how it develops and see what new features Google throws into it, but I'm not a fan right now. In the meantime, let me know what your experience with Google's Assistant is. I really want to know if users actually like this app or if Google's just trying way too hard to invade the iPhone. We'll see you guys in our next video. Until next time, I hope you all have an awesome day. Hey guys, before you leave, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We also have some other videos you might like, so check them out too.